Friday night sports show, and it's the Stat Man and the Flow Man. I'll tell you what, we are really pleased to be able to bring this North Central report today. A special commemoration of the game that will be happening at Birchip, which we'll have a bit more later on. But Ricky Allen joins me. G'day, Ricky. How are you?
Yeah, very well, Wayne, on the Friday. It's great to talk to you.
It is, but you may not be as happy because Boort came across to Wycheproof and won 13-9-87 to 12-10-82 in an absolute thriller.
It was, Wayne, and I think I tipped this one, so
Yes.
with the head and not the heart. But it was just a great game of country footy, Wayne. Boort come out and was super impressive in that first half. They really took it up to Wyche, and I've probably as clean as a side in terms of skill-wise I've seen in the half of footy for a number of years. Cody Gunn up forward was a real handful for the Wycheproof Narrabri team, kicking 6 goals, and I know we tried a couple of players on him. Really quite hard to stop. The Boort midfielders in terms of Matthew Cesaro, the first time I've seen him, he was really impressive. He had a lot of the football in that first half, nearing 30 possessions, and didn't waste too many of them, I don't think. And for Wyche Narraport to get 45 points down in the game, expect to win, is probably asking a bit too much. But they hit the front, and they had a chance late just before the siren to win the game, Wayne. The old-timer, Corey Jones, definitely dragged them back in the game, certainly helped, but James Coatsworth as well. Dave McLennan in the back line provided a lot of run for the Demons, and it's just one of the great games of country footy. Side went out 45 points up, as I said, and Wyche clawed their way back, and Boort stole it late. So it was great to just watch, be an observer.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. I'll tell you what, wouldn't have been great for the Donald boys because up at Sea Lake Nandaly, they tore them apart, 20 goals, 17, 137 to 3, 5-23. How good are the Tigers?
Yeah, especially up there, Wayne. Tough ask to play them anywhere in the league, but I reckon you give them a couple of more goals when they go up there. And yeah, as you said, 40 scoring shots to 8. They've really dominated this game. Billy McGuinness on fire with 5, but it's not as if he's kicked a massive bag to get that 20 goals. They share them around as we speak about. Simpson with 4, and then Donnins with a couple each. So they really do like sharing. That's probably one of their biggest keys, that when they go forward, although Billy's a powerhouse, they don't really have to rely on him. They've got other options going forward. And getting Sea Lake up there is going to be a tough ask, and I don't think this is the last time they're going to do it to a side this year up there. So yeah, for Donald, the two young boys, Shamo and Ross, were their only goal scorers. Josh Potter getting best on ground. Ross Young and Wall were the better players. For Sea Lake, Mertz, Brasser and Polton were the better players. So yeah, they're really setting the bar, going up probably another notch from where they were 2 years ago, Sea Lake Wayne. And it's them to catch.
Oh, it is. Charlton, well, they caught Sonata just 7-18-60. Sonata 8-11-59 in another beauty.
Yeah, the league's really putting on display the close games this year, and I think we said this wouldn't be a shootout, and that's what Charlton have done, 7-18. So Juddy and Aaron Morthwaite might have them practicing in front of goal this week. They probably could have had it sewn up, but Reece Thompson is moved forward, so I imagine he's playing a lot as a midfielder, resting forward, kicking 3. Joe McGrath 2 out of the goal square. Charlton has kept Douglas to 1 goal, so I presume Tim Hill would have went through him, Wayne, and really closed him down. So that limited Sonata's scoring options, and ultimately a 1-point game, and good to see Charlton on the board. So every side's had a win for 2021.
Ah, yes, they have. And I tell you what, having a win, Wedderburn, this was an upset at Donaldson Park, 7-15-57 to Birchip Watcham, 7-11-53. And gee, the Bulls, they came thudding back to earth with that loss.
Yeah, so it's amazing what youth can do, Wayne, and I'm sure big Sam Barnes, he would have had that young Wedderburn side fired right up, and they've come out and, really put everything on display this game, and full credit to them beating a side like Birchip Watcham. I know Birchip had a couple of the Hinkley brothers out. Dale still played off the half-back line, but I believe his 2 brothers were out. That's no excuse. They've still got a very quality lineup. Nathan Gordon was back in, so that's as big as in as you'll get coming into this league, into your side from 1 week. And, they kept Castellano to 2 goals. So I believe Guan, who was best on ground for Wedderburn, went to Castellano. Keeping him to 2 goals is a really good way to limit Birchip's scoring options. If you can keep him into that sort of, if you don't let him get 4 or 5, they're going to have find other avenues for the Bulls. Riley Hogan was best on, Ryan and Ratcliffe, Sam Simmons as well were in the best for Wedderburn. So Will Holt kicking 2 at full forward and Tom Campbell 1. So it wasn't a high-scoring match, but as we spoke about, 1. And one bloke we haven't mentioned this year, Wayne, is Geordie Hargraves in the ruck. So he's up there competing with the best ruckman in the league now. He's Wedderburn junior, grown up. He's mid-20s. He's fit. He's strong. And, he's going to be a handful to stop. So he was second best on. And Rosengren again, so coming out of Golden Square in the Bendigo Footy League, he's really setting the standard for for Wedderburn Redback. So well done to them, Wayne. They're knocked off a real quality side there.
Certainly did. Well, the folk from Birchip Watcham will be home at George Cartwright, and it will be a memorial time to remember one of their favourite sons lost to us last year, Ben Milne, and had this correspondence with Ben's family, Graham, his dad, and Kathy, mum, and of course there's Nick and the kids there, and to Danny, I think that was lost at birth, Brady and one of the other boys, and also Sam. A big family, but weren't able to have the service like you would normally have due to the COVID restrictions last year. And as a result, the Bulls have been very gracious, and the Donald Club are coming up to play in honour of Ben and the tragic circumstances. Well done to President Andrew Frank, and according to Graham, who sent me this message, said he wanted to thank the committee and the committee under Paul Lowry too for their sensitive and human touch, and the players and supporters and Ben's long list of friends. And this day, this game that will be commemorated between the seniors and the reserves, the game and with his mates and others coming to say something, and with Donald there too, which he had a lot of friends and relatives from over that way, and the appreciation of the Milne family for everyone at the Birchip Watcham area and in the Donald area too. And Ben, larger than life, went 100 miles an hour, lived to have fun with his mates, and so we do remember him this weekend at this important match between Birchip Watcham and Donald, Ricky.
Yeah, that's right, Wayne. Yeah, just all the best to the family and close friends and connections with this game. It's going to be an emotional time, and I just hope the service memorial game goes off as well as it can for everyone involved. Great initiative by the Birchip Watcham Football Club, so hats off to them as well.
Certainly is. The football will start at 2:30 in the senior match. Castellano will come out to play. Birchip Watcham coming off a loss last week, which we thought they might win down at Wedderburn. They need a win. Will the emotion of the day give them enough to push them over the line against the Royal Blues? Yeah,
I think it will, Wayne. I expect young leader to go to Castellano up forward, but I still expect Castellano to kick a few. So I would imagine, he'll be getting 3 or 4 goals out of the forward line there. With Birchip, I expect them to bounce back. They're too good a side to 2 losses in a row now. I'm sure Trevor Ryan, would have them fired up and ready to go. So he'll be looking to their leaders in Dale Hinkley, Nathan Gordon, those type of players to really get that ball up forward, and also to drag their young kids up, so Ty Glary, those type of kids, Will Sheen, to really, so he'll be looking for the older ones to set the standard for that younger crew to, bounce back and get a win on the board, which I'm tipping that they will against Donald.
Oh, what about St Arnaud at home? Get Sea Lake Nandaly. Gee, the form that the Tigers are in, I think they might come and maul at these Saints.
Yeah, I think they will, Wayne. Lukey Martin will go to Tom Douglas up forward, and again, if he can shut him down from St Arnaud, then they'll really struggle to see how they're going to kick a winning score, that is St Arnaud. So, I'm anticipating Sea Lake to win. Probably not as much as the margin was last week against Donald, but I'm going to go 10-plus goal win for Sea Lake.
All right, the veterans of Coatsworth, the Jones and Bish will come up against the young guns at Wedderburn with the ageing soldiers in the D's outfit, be able to get down to Donaldson Park and beat the Holt boys and co. I'm going for the Redbacks.
Yeah, I'm with you, Wayne, 2 in a row, so didn't get enough feedback from people listening, or maybe they just weren't talking to me after tipping against Witchy, but I'll be tipping Wedderburn. I just think the younger kids, they're up and about. They've beaten Birchip. They'll come into this match full of confidence. We seem to be just looking for the bye. So we've been, every game that Witchcliff Narraport's played, they've been in front at some stage in the last quarter, and we just seem to be getting ran over. So the old ageing legs, Wayne, are probably looking for the interleague bye, I think. But for us, we'll be looking to limit the influence of Hargraves and Rosengren out of the middle. So the likes of Campbell and Holt up forward can't have too much of a day out. Wedderburn's youth might just run away with it.
All right, the federal government has a program called Building Better Regions, and they gave some money to the Charlton Sports Club. They built some beautiful facilities. They'll use them against sport, but on the field, will they have enough strength to get over the line on the Magpies?
This one will be pretty close, Wayne. I was really impressed with Bort, so much so in that first half. I was just thinking that surely some of their kicks are going to have to start missing, and they did. And when the pressure came from Witchy in that third quarter, especially when the contested ball was started going Witchcroft's way, I started to notice a couple of the Bort players just starting to look a bit of fatigue, but then they did get their legs going back again. I'm going to go for an upset. I reckon Charlton here, on their home ground, they'll play it well. The two coaches will be putting a little bit of time and work into Bort, and Bort will want to put the game away early, because if they keep Charlton in it, the longer Charlton stay in it, the more likely they're going to be winning this match, which I'm going for an upset.
Oh, he is. He's tipped against his D's for the second week in a row too. And I'm going with the Birchip Watcham boys to have a win over Donald in an emotional time. It is when these things happen in families and in clubs and in districts. And we thank you, Ricky, for your words, and also thank the Milne family for the message that they gave us to put out today on the radio. And we'll look forward to the scores coming through this weekend. We'll catch you next week, Ricky.
Yeah, we'll do, Wayne.